Okay, here's the homework for the 721 review preview. Problem number 37 says, would you expect a scatter plot comparing speed of a car and time it takes to drive 10 miles to show a positive, a negative, or no association? Explain your thinking. It's a negative association. Because the faster you drive, the less time it takes. Okay, problem 38. Oki is a western lowland gorilla living at the Franklin Park Zoo near Boston. He loves to finger paint. Many of his paintings have been sold because their colors are so interesting. One painting was sold for 5 times the amount of the second, and a third was sold for $1,500. The total sale was $13,500. How much did the most expensive painting sell for? So you have to define a variable, so I'm going to make a little table. I have first, second, third. So it tells me one sold for 5 times the amount of the second. So I'm going to make my second X and my first 5X, and the third sold for $1,500. Altogether, $13,500. So then I'm going to write an equation. I get 6X because 5X plus X is 6X plus 1,500 equals 13,500. Minus the 1,500 from both sides. I get 6X equals 12,000. Divided by 6, X equals 2,000. So I know that X sold for 2,000. The first one, 5 times 2,000 is going to be 10,000. So the question says, how much did the most expensive painting sell for? So I would say the most expensive painting sold for $10,000. 39, Mountain Rose Middle School collected canned food to donate to a local charity. Each classroom kept track of how many cans they collected. So it gave us a box and whisker plot. It says, what's the range of our data? So we're just going to do 107 minus 39 and get 68. Are there any outliers? Well, since the box is like central to the middle, it appears that 39 and 107 are outliers. Then it says the main office staff collected 55 cans, counseling 74, and custodial 67. Make a new box or whisker plot. So what you have to do is it listed out the data for you. So you have to create a new list and include those new values. So I just put the list I had in order. So I had 39, 55. I needed another 55 to account for the office staff. 62, 65, 67, 70, 74, 77, 79, 80, 86, and 107. So I added in my 3 numbers. I added in a 74, 67, and a 55. So when I found the new median, it was 70. The median of the lower part was between 55 and 62, so I got 58.5. The median of the upper part was between 79 and 80, so I got 79.5. So if I were to make a new box and whisker plot, I would still count by. So I started at 30. So my new dots, I'm going to put a dot above 70. Still have one above 39 and 107. And then I need a dot above 58.5. So 58.5 will be about here. and a dot above 79.5. So there are my 3 dots. So when I make my box, that says clearly to label everything 39, 107, 58.5, 70, and 79.5. Problem 40, the trapezoidal right are similar shapes. What's the scale factor from B to A? So that's what did I multiply B by to get A? So actually divide A by B. So I'm going to do 30 divided by 50, which is 0.6. So then find X and find Y. So to find X, I multiply 15 times 0.6. So I get 9. To find Y, I'm going to divide 18 by 0.6. And I get 30. Problem 41, Judy has $20 and is saving at a rate of $6 per week. Ida has 172 and is spending at a rate. So this is a positive, it's going up. Spending is a negative. So after how many weeks will they have the same amount of money? So I want you to write an equation for Judy. So she is Y equals 6x plus 20. For Ida, she's Y equals a negative 4x plus 172. What does X represent? It represents the number of weeks. D represents their money. And then when I put it in Desmos and I figured out where they crossed, it was about 15.2 weeks. So if you said between 15 and 16, that would be fine. Problem number 42, I'm just going to put these straight into my calculator, make sure I know how to use my calculator keys. So A was 23 over 20, B was 5 over 4, 24, C was negative 1/2, D was 1 and 14/15, E was 53 over 56, and F was negative 1 and 7/18.